Hey folks, this is Clint Bolton. Thanks for joining me today for this demonstration of Slack, a real-time messaging and collaboration platform designed to enable teams of people to work together more efficiently. So as you can see, I've created a team within Slack, and I did that by submitting my email address and a password. And within that team, you can see a number of channels. Now, channels are going to be the primary method with which you communicate. So I'm going to create a new channel, show you how to do that for all you teachers out there. So we name the channel. We'll call this one English 12. And then you're going to want to invite students by their email addresses. I've already got my email in there, so I'm going to make it simple, select it, and create the channel. And there we go. So now to show you what you can do in a channel. So you can see the messaging interface. It's basically a similar messaging interface that you'd see at Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and other social communications tools. And you're probably asking yourself, well, great, you see the communication aspect that happens in real time, but what about collaboration? And that's sort of where the magic happens in Slack, is the collaboration aspect. So I'm going to show you how to add content to Slack that you can collaborate on. So here's a Google Doc that I just happen to have open. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to drop that web link right into the messaging interface, hit enter, and boom. There it is. So now I can open it up. I can collaborate on it. There it is. Open again. And I can also comment on it over here on the side. We can read it, comment on it. We can close out of it. There's plenty of other ways to add content within Slack. Let me show you another one. You can go and click this plus. You can add any Google Docs file like I did similarly here. We could pick it. You could add a spreadsheet, a presentation. You could do a post. If you're a programmer, you can do code or a text snippet. Cloud service automatically connects to Google Drive. I've also added Dropbox in here. Let me show you Google Drive. So in here, I have just add this document based on a previous homework assignment. So I added that from Google Drive, and there it is. You can open it up and you can check it. So that's another way to add content. You can also add files directly from your computer. And we do that by doing this. Selecting your computer. Let's say we want to grab a document from the desktop. Let's grab this one, a PDF file. Do we want to rename it? No, the title's fine. Upload. And there it is. You can open it, and then you can comment on it over on the side again. And for good measure, you can also drop and drag links directly from the desktop. So here's a Word file. We grab it, open it up, drop it in. We can rename it if we want. This is an old story I did for work. And there it is. And you can download it straight from there. You can open it up. And boom, there it is. It's starting to open up in Word. Okay, these aspects of collaboration are important to remember because it's the primary way with which you're going to collaborate within the context of Slack. Now, as far as using Slack in the context of a high school English class, which is what I'm planning on, let me show you how we add content. So let me add a couple things that I've created. Here's one. Adding the Google Doc. Dropping it in. Let me open it up. Now you can see here, I've created sort of a mock question that a teacher might ask as part of a lesson plan. What did Hamlet mean by this quote? There are more things in heaven, earth, Horatio than dreamt of in your philosophy. And here I've got some mock students and teachers weighing in on it. So the purpose of this could be some sort of, collaborative, literary criticism that you could do, which could be very useful. And then you can save it in Slack and make a bunch of comments on it. Again, over to the side. So you could say, I thought this play was great. Hit enter, add the comment. Let's try another one. I've also created a mock lesson for Catcher in the Rye. Similar concept. Add it in, drop it. Read the Catcher in the Rye passage below and answer the following questions. Post a response in Slack and discuss them with your peers. What was author J.D. Salinger trying to convey with this passage, and how does it tie into the book? So here's the passage. You can have your students critique it and discuss it amongst themselves. You can also have students do expository writing, some creative writing, and critique each other's work, maybe assigning some leadership roles within the context of Slack, having some students be the sort of the top editor in Slack or the top communicator or some such thing. There's lots of useful things that you could do there. But as you can see, this messaging stream can get really long and unwieldy. I'll just show you real quick. I've only added 4 or 5 documents here, and you can already see it's getting really long. How are you going to be able to find all that? I'm glad you asked, because up here is a Google type search box. So let's do a search for Hamlet. Peer review, hit enter. And up on the right comes all the areas where that pops up, all those references. So it is very much like Google. So that's another important aspect to being able to find the content, because you can really get lost in the sauce if you're not paying attention. So we've gone through some of the ways that you could use Slack. Let's see. I should also show you the Slackbot. Now, Slackbot is super useful because it is basically an artificially intelligent butler or virtual concierge that will help you find things in Slack. So what you do is you open up the Slackbot as if you're communicating to another user. How can I find a file in Slack? Hit enter. I search for that on our Help Center. Perhaps these articles will help. It'll surface articles. You can type where are question about the emojis, and you're going to get a bunch of answers. It'll give you a lot of answers to a lot of different questions. So you've seen Slack on the desktop, and you're thinking, okay, well, that's great. But what about on my phone? Can I get on my phone? Answer, absolutely. The folks at Slack designed the application to be a mobile-first application, which means that it works really well within a mobile browser on iOS or Android. Essentially, the same form and functionality that you see before you on the Chrome desktop, the Chrome browser-based desktop, is what you're going to see on a mobile phone. And the beautiful thing about it is that whether you're going back and forth between the desktop or your mobile phone, all the documents sync 100% in real time, so that no team user, classmate, or teacher is left behind. Everyone is on the same page at all times. So that's my introduction to Slack. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, everyone.